Good afternoon, everybody. I want to bring you a video today about plants, more plants that will take the heat, can take dry conditions. Earlier, I had done a video about plants in a shady spot near the house and the things that were growing there in sort of a dry or even acidic shade. Now, this is going to be more open, exposed areas that may not get as much water. So let me start right here. Actually, I'm not going to do the median first. I'm going to do this little corner of the property. And I got this gorgeous, gorgeous specimen here. This is a Caryopteris, Caryopteris, I think. Caryopteris. And originally this was in the backyard. And the dogs reduced it to a stump. And I moved it here. And that was about 7 years ago. And it has exploded. Look at all that nice woody core in there. That used to be just a stump. It's turned into that. And now you can look at this really, really gorgeous foliage. It's probably about maybe 6 feet wide here. Got this nice chartreuse lemony color. These really nice electric blue flowers. Pretty, pretty. The leaves have a nice lemony scent to them. And again, this is early October, so this is zone 8 and 9. And so you see the kind of show that you're going to get. Typically, this will come in a darker color. This is more of a chartreuse one, but just looks really nice, you know. And just leave it alone. Occasionally, give it a little watering. Just leave it alone. It'll just live its happy life. Also, another couple here that are doing well. There's a little geranium right here. Seems to be doing well. I think I probably should give him a little more mulching and water, and also a wild columbine right there. So, but the main area I wanted to focus on today was the median, so the area between the sidewalk and the street. So swing over here. So I'll pull back a little bit here. This entire area originally was planned as alternating lavender and thyme has kind of dumped that plan into the great cosmic garbage can. So we'll start here at this end. This thing here, this is called a rock. Ta-da. It just acts as a landmark between this and the other property. So here we got a rosemary, Rosa marinus, means sea foam in Latin, and tough as nails. Its base is somewhere right over there, but it was pushed to one side by this Artemisia here. So this is a fantastic thing just for its size. Also, it smells like the desert. I live in Western Oregon, and most of the state is composed actually of high desert, and it smells just like sagebrush. Real nice, nice smell if you like it. But again, good, vigorous, strong, takes the heat. You know, once a year, maybe, you know, when these dry, just, you know, trim them back. And there you go. You can look right down in there. Tough, woody. Here is an example. This is one of the thyme plants that was probably planted this about 8 years ago. So it's sort of holding on there. Here, this greenish thing right there, that's a Santolina. And here's some little dry heads of the Santolina. It, again, is getting pushed over by the Artemisia, and I probably should dig it out and then give it a new lease on life somewhere else. Got a feverfew, a little Spanish lavender, Salvia gregii. Salvia gregii. I'm going to show you a couple other examples further down the line here. Again, just plant it, leave it alone. The hummingbirds love it. Come around this way. Planted some oregano here. So that's just a volunteer. And that's a volunteer. This interesting creature here, I've cut it back. And this is called a costmary. Costmary. And I planted it, I think I had gone to a nursery and I just felt, I had to buy something. We all know that feeling, right? And it just adds what I would call sort of an Anglo-Saxon or medieval touch. It started small, it's a little bigger now. I've cut it back and makes just these small white flowers, and it's just interesting, you know. So it's kind of like sort of a ye olde touch. Wild violets. Volunteer Spanish lavender. Little volunteer, I want to say it's an echinacea, probably. A few stepping stones in there. These do not grow wild. I put them there. So again, Spanish lavender, woody, twisted, contorted. That's kind of the effect you might end up with. Here is a couple of cat mints, not catnip, cat mints. Again, they make those electric blue flowers. Hummingbirds love them. They have an interesting smell to them. So this is one small variety, and that's a bigger variety. Whoopsie-days. Slightly bigger variety. And there's a point during the year, probably June, July, where this whole thing is just bluish, pink and blue. All right, now this magnificent member, this is Spanish lavender. Variety is Anouk, A-N-O-U-K, just like the French actress Anouk Aimée, for the older members of the audience. Look her up, Anouk Aimée from the 50s and 60s. It's just terrific. Again, you just plant it, leave it alone. Makes these more pinkish than purple flower heads earlier in the year. It doesn't seem to spread. The other Spanish lavender, the little one I indicated earlier, those seed themselves. You will get them popping up. This fella here does not pop up. he just grows where he's at. Now here's an area. This is sort of a lesson learned here. These are all like violets. It's October, so we've had some rain, and so they've revived. However, these are more European violets as opposed to, say, the native with a sharper leaf. That's a native. Rounder is a European violet. The European violets do not like the heat. The native violets will take the heat. So there you go. I'm just going to move these out. What you're not seeing in here, because they're dormant, are the shooting stars, the native shooting stars, come in purple. And if you have a rock garden in the sun, they're an excellent addition. This wonderful yellow specimen here, this is a lemon thyme. So Thymus vulgaris, and then Thymus, whatever this one is. The regular thyme will grow instead of woody, like a little tiny like bonsai or tree. This one just spreads as a mat, and they will set down roots as they spread, and so you can cut those off and get new separate plants. The lemon balm, wild motorcycle in the background. That's a yarrow with the dusty yellow flowers. I've cut it back. Again, excellent. Just plant it and essentially leave it alone. Now this little fellow, I just planted him this year, so he's not doing much. Helianthemum, rock rose, comes in shades of, I would almost say like sherbet, but also white, kind of a sweet pink, sweet orange, yellowish. It just kind of like party colors. That's put them in a terracotta pot, something like that. They make they don't make a mat, but they spread, kind of spread wide. And they're just neat little flowers to have. The bees like them. Bees like everything. That silvery thing there, again, planted in this year, that's an Oregon Sunshine. Brilliant yellow flowers, early summer. And here is a really thing that some people may not have thought about. This is, again, it's late in the year, so he's sort of fallen over. Plumbago, with these really, I don't know what shade of blue you would call that. Sort of superhero blue or something like that. Anyway, and obviously it's starting to go to seed now. Here's this core of it right about there. But yeah, just plant it and ignore it. Plant it and ignore it. So good, this is right exposed all day, all sun all day. Here's another one of those Salvia Gregii. And then here's the fellow right here. Here's a little one, planted him just a few days ago. I got him at a 2-for-1 sale at a nursery on the coast, and he's already making a flower. He was not making a flower, now he is. So, gotta love him, that's called grass. There's an old ancient thyme right there. You can see the little old bits here, like something out of Tolkien or something. Ta-da. And then over here, you can hardly see it because you may notice, by the way, that many of these plants are somewhat grayish and sort of blending in with each other. This here, because it's small and still growing and getting established, that's a cistus. So this did make some flowers this year, this brilliant pink, like pink cups. So it will spread and it'll be real nice. I have lemon balm everywhere. I love it, so I have a hard time getting rid of it. But eventually that can be moved. And then up here, again, this is late in the year, so it's not so brilliant. Globe thistle makes those nice bluish heads. This thing, which is all looks very wispy, this is alkanet, Alkanet. Brilliant blue flowers with a sort of black center. Blooms probably June-ish, something like that. It's got these fine, prickly white hairs on it, so don't touch it if you don't have to. It's just annoying, but gorgeous, gorgeous blue flowers. And each one of those little bits of wisps, that was a flower. So if you can get it, plant it. Again, dry setting. Again, Mullins lemon balm. And here, carrying on our herbal tradition, again, it's been cut back. It's a horehound. Silvery, that's what I would call it. The hore, H-O-R-E, is a variant spelling of H-O-A-R, like hoary old man or hoary frost, which is what it means. It comes from Anglo-Saxon, so this means frost. So I don't know what the hound part is. So this is what goes into horehound candy. You can use it for coughs. It has a very medicinal smell. It's just the shape and the color are interesting. It makes small whitish flowers, so it's not showy, but it's interesting and it's big and it's vigorous. It's not as vigorous as, say, like lemon balm. Lemon balm just put itself everywhere. In the desert, this will seed itself, but in a more temperate climate, it'll do a little bit of self-seeding, but not much. If you get one or two, congratulations. Little Lychnis. So again, plant them and leave them alone. Lemon balm, plant them and leave them alone. Feverfew. Oops, it is feverfew. I put this echinacea right here. It did not do well, so I'm probably going to move it. But here's a surprise inhabitant of the median. I don't want to keep it landscape. This, and I already cut the tops off already. This is a motherwort. A motherwort. This thing will seed itself, and I think there's some of these little tiny babies right there. I think those are motherworts. And I've got a couple in sort of my little nursery in the back. Funny smell, tiny purple flowers. It's just interesting again as sort of a European herb. The name suggested it might have been used for feminine concerns in the past, but nowadays apparently it's used herbally or for anxiety. So motherwort again. So again, I've cut it back, tall, leggy, not leggy, but just kind of tall. It adds interest if you're more of a serious herbalist. You might, or just want something exotic to show your friends. There you go. And there's a European violet. That's a little Oriental poppies. Oriental poppies do fine out here. Because they put on their show and then they die back anyway. So let's not worry about them. Here's a good citizen right here. An aster, just a plain little kind of pom-pom type purple aster, doing what it's supposed to be doing. And it's in a spot though where it's shaded by this pomegranate and this lavender. So that may be one reason why it's doing a little better, but it does fine. So there you go. And speaking of pomegranates, so this started out as a stick, and now it's not a stick. This had all sorts of flowers on it. I don't think it's produced any fruit, but it has that kind of nice, almost kind of a metallic yellow to it. But just the show of flowers in the spring make it worth it. You don't necessarily have to have the pomegranates. We're not doing a reenactment of the story of Persephone or anything like that. All you need is it's just a nice kind of interesting shape. And also it makes those gorgeous, gorgeous orange flowers come spring. All right, English lavender. Let's step back to fit its. Okay, this was one of the original plants. Again, if you kind of burrow in there, look at that. I mean, this is like, some ancient, willow tree or something like that. It's just gigantic. And, it's a lavender. Who doesn't love lavender? Let me know if you don't. We'll send the special forces to round you up. Then here, this fella gonna gotta step back. All right, that's a small ornamental dogwood right there. And Now we'll close back in. So this is its fall color. So it's got this really pale yellow, which is nice, and these black berries. It's an interesting, really interesting combination, and it's just striking. It's just real nice. And again, so you've got a couple small trees there, which do perfectly well. A big tree may not make it in the median as well, and a tender plant, but like a small woody tree or a small woody shrub will do just fine in a sort of a dry, hot spot. And then we're going to go around here. I'm thinking, where's that? That's more dogwood. We've already seen that dogwood. Let's go around here. It's a wild mailbox. And then go under here. So here you can see how the dogwood is just all over the place. So there's one of those alkanets right there. Wild violet. There's another poppy right there. The other side of the lavender. And then here's another little thyme. I think it's a rosy thyme or something like that. He's getting himself established. Just plant him this year. Then I wanted to show you here in the gutter, I guess that's the appropriate term, is gutter, a couple of things. First of all, the place is replete with lemon balm. Lemon balm, lemon balm, lemon balm. Don't plant lemon balm if you don't want it, because in this climate it will just simply take the place. Lemon balm, lemon balm, lemon balm. I think there's maybe a little baby horehound right there. That's a little baby horehound right there. Here's mama. Here's mama. There's baby. But here also, there's a little Spanish lavender as well. But also, I wanted to show you this one plant. This fellow right here. Okay, this is a catchfly. It makes these little medium pink, not quite star-shaped flowers. But catchfly, one word. And here's another one right here. And it just showed up one day, and it just proceeds to seed itself, hither and yon. I saved seeds this year, and I found it online by accident. So this was just a nice discovery. But again, it just loves it. Here, it just says, give me heat. Apparently this is from the Midwest, from the Great Plains. And so it takes the heat, it takes the cold, it takes everything. So that is our video. Oh, here's another even better specimen. As a catchfly, and we'll end with a Spanish lavender. All right, so that's our video for today. I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know.